No, if we're live, yeah. Are we live? Oh my God.
All right, and we are.
We are rolling. We are rolling. We are rolling. We are live. We are so happy to be here. We are so happy to be here, seriously, because I didn't tell you this, but I was, Jason, do you remember seeing a dog with an IV in its arm? Rolling on that little thing when we were working at that place. I don't want to say the name. There was a dog with an IV, and I kept laughing and making fun of it, right? I never thought that I would become that person on the plane that would be given an IV to be hydrated. It's like, that's amazing that they can do that there, right? And you can't use your cell phone? I don't know what I was thinking about. So I just thought it was, I didn't tell you, what, on the plane with the veins, they're telling me I have no vein, I'm dehydrated, that's why. And I didn't even know I was dehydrated. Do you know when you're dehydrated? If you're thirsty, it's too late, you're dead. After a certain age, if you're thirsty, you're dead. I don't know, I'm obsessed with just listening to the Alfred Hitchcock theme over and over again to drive my Persian neighbors crazy. Why not? Don't they do that, don't they don't. Why is your hair sick? I want to give a round of applause to our producer here. Let's give it up for one and only Jason Ham, who is working so hard. And also, we have for our new class that's coming out, okay? Our new class that's coming out is going to be, of course, in charge of, hey, do you ever hear of certain comedians that sound like politicians? I'm kidding. That was my impression of somebody that's a politician. And you have to guess if it's Biden or Harris. Nobody laughed. They're just like, she's old. All right. I wanted to say that the Film Actors Cafe is going to be coming here, and I'm really excited for all you people who want to be actors. All right? Give it up for our guy, Aaron McIntyre. We hope that this is really something good for everybody, and we have your comedy concierge, Samantha Lindemann, who has been through just entirely too much with me the last few days. I have to tell you something. You can't have friends that are this young. You just can't. Because all you do is yell at them about your kids. And for them to tell you how wrong you are about how you talk to your kids, how you should give your kids respect. And it was just so weird because it's true. I have to respect them. What's wrong with me? I have to respect them, and they're coming home. They're coming here, guys. Yes, they're coming, and my youngest will be here all through Rosh Hashanah. Wow. It's going to be a special, it's going to be really special. I'm just really happy, and everybody keeps saying, how is that empty nest? And I said, I think that's a personal issue. Hello there, boom, boom, boom. I know that this is just an interesting thing to say, but if people tell you you're funny, you probably are, so we do a lot of stuff here, the podcasting, the coaching, the TikToking. That's what we need now. That's what I need, TikTok in my life. Like, I'm paranoid enough. Now I have to have TikTok. Now I have to know I'm being followed. All right. Did you know that they asked me to be on 10 Cent? And somebody says to me, what does that mean? I go, well, every time somebody looks at me, it's like a dancer, right? Remember back in the day, private dancers. So it's 10 cents. You know, and they said to me, you can't make any money. I said, there's 1 billion people in China. Am I wrong? And I'm bad at math. But think about it, right? 1 billion people, 10 cents? All right. You knew him when he was 50 cents. What do you think? Are you going to do a few minutes for me tonight, Chad? No? No way. There's no way I can do that. But you know something? I don't care. I'm going to start off with the bang. I haven't seen this talent in so long, and I gotta tell you, so many people love her. Shout out to Sheila D. A shout out to Sheila D. Who says that she thinks you're as funny as Sarah Silverman. I said, oh my gosh, stop dropping names. Yeah. Bobby De Niro taught me that. I'm kidding. All right, let's get up for your comedy concierge, the one and only Samantha Lindemann.
Keep it going for Sunda Kroonquist, everybody. It's a beautiful, beautiful night here at LA School of Comedy. It's a manic Monday, but I'm medicated, and I hate to disappoint everybody, but I think it's for the best, right? Everybody needs their own, you know? If you think that you don't need it, it's like the dehydrate. It's too late. It's too late. If you're thinking, I don't need these anymore, it's too late. No, but people say all the time, like, I don't do therapy, I do stand-up. I'm not a part of that tribe. This is an art form, you know what I mean? My therapy sessions are not an art form. They are recorded because my therapist is a student. It's like when you get a haircut for cheap at the where they Supercuts, it is cheap, but everybody at Supercuts is what they call a professional. Like, nobody at Supercuts says that they are like a student. Like, I don't know, I've gotten some of the best haircuts of my life at Supercuts. It was like this woman, she was like 60 years old. She was like, I used to work on Broadway, like, and I believed her. Mind you, my hair was 2 inches long at the time. No. I shaved my head. Nobody shaves their head in solidarity when it's for mental health. Have you noticed that? It's just when it's the big stuff. Like, if all of a sudden you have long hair and then you don't have it anymore, and people go, what happened? And you say some really bad PMS, like, nobody feels sorry for you. And I don't know, I think we need more awareness for that now. I think parents have every kid for a different purpose, and I've really just been such a purpose for my parents. I've been such a test, from all the gods. I remember one time my dad was picking me up from the train station. I went to college in San Luis Obispo. Anybody ever heard of it? Yeah. I wouldn't go there unless you're really into cows, and I don't mean like steak. You know what I mean? Like, just looking at them alive. Nothing wrong with an alive cow. I just mean, to me, it's just like it's like a I don't know. I love burgers, so it's like, but I have a heart. So it's like, I look at them and I'm like, they're like, pet the cow, and I'm like, I don't really want to, but I am hungry. I don't want to, but like, where the McDonald's at? I'm kidding, because McDonald's burgers aren't cows. They're Soylent Green. No, I'm kidding. That's horrible. Sometimes having boomer parents is the best thing in the world, I think. I'll give you an example. I'm in the 7th grade. I'm at the Grammy Museum. It's the 40th anniversary of the song We Are the World. Nobody else in my grade knows what that is, but I know what it is. Like, my dad would put it on YouTube. Like, he would be like, watch this. Like, this changed the world. And so the news was there, and Smokey Robinson was there, and they were going to interview my friend Emma. And just to put it into perspective, I was the same height in 7th grade, so when I would raise my hand, like, and I'm not getting picked on, it wasn't because they couldn't see me, it was maybe because I'd been raising my hand for the 15 minutes prior. So little Emma gets picked, and we're in the Taylor Swift exhibit of the Grammy Museum. I know, she has her whole exhibit. And fucking Emma thinks that We Are the World is a Taylor Swift song. So she's like crying, honestly, and she's like, Taylor has been like so transformative, like, she is my world and all this stuff. And I'm just dead. I'm eyeing my teacher like, you need to put me up there. And I did it, and that was my first ever TV appearance. That's probably where you recognize me from. The CBS Channel 5 News. It was so exciting. And I said, like, I had my 1-minute little thing, and I was like, wow, it was so powerful. Like, I was there, you know what I mean? And then I remember the news anchor said, what a smart young lady. I'm sorry, girl. And I was like, I don't know. I felt offended. I feel like that was probably the first time I was like, pronoun. I don't know. But yeah, I'm from LA. I went to school in LA. I love it. I went to public school down the street. I shouldn't tell people like the locations of it. I used to be like, I work here and I sleep here and this is my address. But I have to stop doing that because it's just like too many Uber drivers who could come after me. And it wouldn't even be for a bad thing. I mean, it would just be like, you left your phone in the car. That was honestly one of the best times I ever lost something. That's so sad. It's like, I've lost so many things. I'll tell you top 2 best times I lost something. One time it was my credit card. Yeah, it was in my pocket. Yeah, I was in the same pocket as my phone. I took my phone out and I dropped my credit card on the ground at night. Horrible. Disgusting. It's sad. But then I'm walking back to my apartment, right? And I'm literally like praying. I'm like, please. And I see this old woman with a flashlight on the ground, and she's holding a credit card. It's my credit card. And she goes, is this you? And I go, take my ID. And she was like, oh my God. And then I think I really tried to bond with her, and she had to walk away. And then one time I had an Uber driver who was 1 grade ahead of me at high school. And so it's like me and my cousin, we were like talking the whole time, whatever. I leave my my phone in the car, and he brought it back. But I'm just saying, you know those times where you lose something, oh, that's the best kind of way to lose something, where you get it right back? I guess that's not really losing it. I've lost it, trust me. One time I lost a backpack. That was very upsetting to my dad. He hates when things don't make sense. He goes, it's on your back. How do you lose it? How do you not feel it on your back? On your back. You know what I have on my back? You. I love you. I love you so much. No, but I put him through it. I really put him through it. I still don't have my driver's license. I'm a part of that group of young people. And there's no more excuses. You know, you can't say we have Uber now. There's always been a taxi. It's expensive. It's horrible. And the drivers don't get any of the money. It's true. And it's like so awkward because I get in there and I'm already angry. I'm like, $28 fucking dollars to get fucking point A to point B, and it's 5 miles. And they're like, please leave a tip. Here's a charger. Here's a cold water. Here's the, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh my God. It's like when I went to the psychic and I saw her credit statement on the table. It said negative $25. And I was like, I can see your future. You need this sale tonight. She was like, I have a deal for you. I was like, I bet you do. I bet you do. I could read that. She was the real deal. She had a mask on that covered everything except any open orifice. And she was, I mean, the book was, she had a book and it was crazy. There was a Star of David, there was a cross, there was a pentagram for Satan. It was like she had everything covered. So I felt very safe. What else can I tell you guys? Yeah, I used to work retail. Now every time we pass a Bath and Body Works, my dad, will walk in and he'll be like, excuse me, did you used to work at the, I'm like, Dad, stop. Like he supports me so much that it's like, it's sweet, but calm down. But no, I miss it sometimes. I just think I was a little underappreciated in the retail world. They didn't really care for when I practiced crowd work on the customers. They didn't see that as important. You know, all of a sudden I'm getting laughs over here. Laughs equals sales to me. I don't know. Like to me, like if they're laughing, that means I can be like, and I hate to say this, sir, but you really need this cologne. You know what I mean? Like now we have a rapport. Let me sell you, you know, this $80 spray that really is going to get you sick. It's going to get your whole family sick. Like this woman came in, I could tell from her green shake, she shouldn't have been in there. And she was like, excuse me, is this one organic? Because I go on this website and it ranks 1 to 10 how clean products are. And I start talking to her and I pretend I'm like showing her something. I was just showing her the exit. And I was like, nothing here is organic. You're going to want to go to the Body Shop. And I just tell them where to go because I can't really deal with that. Tourists were okay, but it's hard because sometimes you can't tell if there's a language barrier or if someone's like a bitch. Because I would have a girl look at me like I'm like, hi, how are you? And they look at me like they have no idea what I'm saying. So I assume like, you know, okay, maybe she doesn't understand English, whatever. Later at the checkout, she's like, oh yeah, here's my credit card. And I'm like, I didn't think that you could hear. I didn't think you could see. I didn't know you were on a level of, I didn't know we could do this. We could have been doing this the whole time. Instead, we're looking at each other like we're crazy. I love taking the trash out at Bath and Body Works, except it was like, well, because it was like 10 minutes I could like have my AirPods in, you know what I mean? Like it was really a movie. I was like, this is when I would get kidnapped. How long would it take for my coworkers to notice I went missing? Am I going to get a promotion because they miss me so bad? But there would be all these signs in the hallway. If you see something, say something, call this number. And all I could think was, you don't have to tell me to say something. You know what I mean? Like I will think I saw something and then say it to everybody. And then they go, that really happened? And I go, no. They go, why did you post about it? And I go, I don't know. I thought it could have happened. I wanted everyone to be prepared. But you guys aren't even prepared for the, I love Sunda Kronquist. Let's give it up for her, everybody. Yeah. And I love this place. I'm so grateful for it. I think that there's not a lot of I'm into this enough that I can say this. I know for a fact that there are not a lot of comedy open mics in this town. Like, you know what I mean? Like where you can really know that you're going to see stand-up comedy. You can see people who've been doing this forever who want to get back into it, or people who are terrified to even like talk to their Uber driver. You know what I mean? So it's really all kinds of people, and I love it, and I'm grateful for it, and I love you guys. And it's good to be back, and Sunda Kronquist!
Me too. I just got back.
I know.
I just got back. I gotta see my, oh, no, thank you. Oh my God, do I really want to fall? Now, Are we supposed to go live on that TikTok thing?
We could, but they have certain
Rules, right?
Yeah.
Let me see. I know this next comedian. I remember when he was a stripper. Let's take it all off. Give a hand for Nick Hanrahan, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I was the youngest stripper in Los Angeles. All right. I gotta stop saying weird shit. I told this woman that she was a petite woman. I told her if I was a human trafficker, I would take her. Yeah. I don't know. I just get in the zone of like, oh my gosh, we're having a normal conversation. And then that's when my brain goes, oh, this is a thought I have to share. And then I say something like that. Thankfully, we were friends. Anyways, yeah, what's going on? I completely forgot what I was gonna say, but I guess it doesn't matter. We're just out here, the LA School of Comedy. Yeah. Manic Monday, Magic Monday.
Manic.
Okay, so I got invited to someone invited me to a white party. They're like, hey, come to this white party. I was like, what do you mean, like white people? Like cocaine? What are we talking here? Because one of those are fun, but no, it was like dress all white clothes party. I was like, okay, thank God. If it was white people, I'm down for like a white person party if it's not advertised as such, you know? Like, I feel like that is gonna attract a certain crowd. Like, I don't know, I lived in Colorado for like 4 years, so there were times where I went to like a get-together and it just happened to be all white people, but yeah, no, white clothes, some white people, it was okay. Yeah, I met this guy there. I kind of knew him. He was going through it though. He was like he was going through it in the sense that he was very broken up over this chick, but he was like doing that guy thing where he like pretend like he didn't fucking care, but he's like, oh dude, this girl, man, like. But anyways, he like was ranting about this girl for like 10 minutes, and he got like the crazy eyes as he was like getting drunker, and he's like, dude, I saw her texts, bro. Let me tell you the story. We were in bed next to each other. I saw it in the corner of my eye. I saw she was texting her ex, dude. And it was like he solved the murder at that point. And so I am like, he was very broken up. So like, I don't know. I'll have sympathy. So I'm hearing him out. But at a certain point, I'm like, all right, this girl does not sound good for you. How long have you been seeing her? He was like 2 months. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Broken, like you're this shattered over a girl for 2 months. The whole night he's complaining about this woman. And yeah, that was annoying. And so, I don't know, me and the boys, the council, were like, hey, yeah, he decided it's gonna end. And so I thought it was over. 2 hours later, I see him in the corner by himself. Dude, I fucking saw her texts, bro. Like, shit. Yeah, that was not cool. But yeah, what else is going on? I don't know. I'm a single man. I've been single for 6 months.
Good for you.
I can't segue. I don't know how to do it.
That's great.
Yeah. And I don't know. My last relationship, I feel like people have trouble setting boundaries. I do have no trouble setting boundaries. I'll be like, hey, don't look at me this early in the morning. It is too early for that sort of eye contact. So just avert your gaze that way. And yeah, I don't know. That's probably a problem. But yeah, what else is going on? I have been trying to so like when I go out, I try to like meet girls, but it's not like, I don't know. I grew up in the Bay Area, and my idea was that you have to, I don't know, Bay Area is like, okay, what college are you going to? What do you do in college? You drink alcohol. And like that was my idea of like how you meet people, going out and shit. I don't know. And I don't know. I'm over the drinking culture, but I feel like a lot of that was my idea. So like I saw guys try to talk. What am I talking about? What am I even talking about right now? I don't know. I don't know.
I got it.
Okay, am I making sense? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, anyways, so like guys are like, I never understood how they do it. I have a hearing problem, so I actually cannot hear people when I go out to the bar. Like I'm constantly just like, huh, what? And it's like I'm hearing 5 out of every 10 words, and it's like a Wheel of Fortune game of like, I'd like to solve a puzzle. What the fuck are you saying? And yeah, I cannot. Guys, like my friends try to like get me to talk to girls. I'm like, wow, I physically cannot understand what these people are saying. I don't know. I've been trying some other shit out and about during the daytime when there's not a speaker in my face. One of my recent moves was pretending I'm a Christian missionary. I see a girl I think is attractive, and I go up to her and I'm like, excuse me, miss, would you like to answer a few questions about the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? Yeah, I'm going to hell. That'll work, right? Anyways. Yeah, I went on a date with a Christian chick recently. And it was weird. I don't know. I feel like I didn't grow up religious, but no offense if you are, or whatever offense. I feel like the religious people, very religious people, are the most judgmental. Like, we're just hanging out. All of a sudden, these bigger women walk by. She starts going like, oh, look at these fat fatties fattening up the space. I'm like, I try to avoid the F word in front of women, but this girl had no problem saying it. And she didn't curse too, which is the weird thing. Like, she was telling this story like, oh my god, this guy, he called me an effing bitch. Can you believe it? I'm like, yeah, I can. Anyways. All right, tits. I went to Hooters recently. And I went with the crowd. I don't like the vibe of Hooters. It's weird. I went with the crowd you like expect would go to Hooters. They were like mechanics. And so I get there. The weird thing about it is like the guys, like when the waitresses are away, they like act like they have a shot with their lady. And then like they come to take the order and then they're like, yeah, I'll get a beer, thanks. I don't get it. And they're not even naked. It's like all the weirdness of a strip club with like none of the fun. So, yeah. I don't know. I've been to I don't like strip clubs either. I've been to 2, 3, 13 times. No. And I like people watching, so like I'm not even looking at the girls, I'm just like looking at the clientele, like who the fuck are these guys? This is kind of depressing. There's a whole pussy in my face and I'm just like staring through it at the weird guy behind him having way too good of a time. It's very weird. I don't know. So I'm gonna go again sometime soon, probably. Anyways, what else was I gonna talk about? I guess I'll talk about my brother. I have a brother. I'm recently realizing that I'm recently realizing the psychological effects. How much time is that?
2.
Oh, I'm recently realizing the psychological effects that he's had on me over the years. The negative parts of it. I'll articulate that better next time. But you know what I'm trying to say. He was a fucking bully, okay? And I don't know. We're cool now, and I've like forgiven him for all the shit he's done. But like, and so like we talk a lot, and I'm just like, I know what you fucking did, you asshole. I don't know. He was like the athletic son, so like he was like the cool guy, you know. And so like all the things that he was good at, I like respect, like people respected. I don't know. This is just sad. This is going sad. People ask me to riff, and I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna start just saying sad shit, being sad.
What did he do when he bullied you?
What? I mean, he's a bigger dude. He's a big ass Indian dude. I'm half Indian. So that's not relevant, but he's like he's a boxer, so like I mean he can fight. He's got hands, and he's always been like that. So yeah, he can throw a punch. I'm learning though now. I'm trying to slip a few, but anyways. Okay, I think that'll be it for me. Thank you guys. You can find me at Nick the Hanrahan on Instagram, and my name is Nick Hanrahan, or nickhanrahan.com. And that is all. Thank you. Here's Sunda Kronquist. Thank you.
Why don't you guys tag team? Soon you'll be tag team. Carrie, are you coming up? You just looking?
Just mine later, maybe.
Later? Well, you know what?
It is later.
A little later, but then we're going to have to bring up the comedy of a gentleman who really makes me laugh, because when we first met him, I was thinking, what a personality. And I said, I love this. It's like being with a Catholic school kid. Let's give it up for the one and only Aaron McIntyre. Let me hear you.
Okay. Hi. Hello, everyone. Oh, there was so much said earlier that oh, man. Like Sam, you know, I've said this before, but I am the kind of person that when I see a hot woman going down the street, sometimes I will drive around the block. You would be one of those. But don't worry, I would not follow you home. I would not follow you home, find out what your address is. I'm not a stalker. I just, you know, have to take a second look. We're from, where were you living in Colorado, Nick? Boulder. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you go to school there?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody goes there. Yeah, that's a party town.
Yeah.
That's a real party school. Yeah. I grew up in Colorado Springs. Yeah. Colorado, the land of Broncos and Mile High City and meth heads. Because that's pretty much all that are left now. They're spread out all over the plain. They've got little encampments and stuff. The Uber drivers. I got an Uber driver one time. You know, sometimes I like to go into the Ubers, and I kind of like to talk to them. You know, I mean, I don't mind having conversations with people. So I've got it down to where I'll ask them one question. If they answer with one word, I'll ask them another question. If it's another one word, I just won't bother them, right? Because I figure they don't want to talk. But one time I got into this thing, and I got in and I said, "Hey, how you doing?" And this woman who was driving turned around and said, "I'm deaf." Oh. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. The thing is that my brother-in-law lived with us for like 7.5 years, so I kind of know some sign language. So I was excited because, you know, you don't get that chance very often. There's not tons of deaf people walking around looking for a conversation. And she was, because she started talking like having full conversation with me. And I'm like, you should probably drive. You know, that would be, you know, look forward, don't be looking back here. But she was so excited to have somebody to talk to because she probably hadn't talked to anybody all day or signed with anybody all day. They you know. Anyway, so that was a crazy ride. But I made it out alive. You know, I have to say, I'm looking out here. How many people are people of color here in the room? Because, yeah, okay, we got a person of color. Maybe I'm a person of color. I have a little color. Because, you know, I'm a little disappointed there's not more people of color, because I feel like white people are always judging me. You know, they're always judging me, and I feel like black people have already convicted me. So, you know, I'm set with that. I would much rather be convicted than judged, because convicted, especially if you've done it, which I have. I am a bald white man. As a matter of fact, if I were wearing shorts right now, you would be blind, because that's how white my legs are. But, you know, there's this whole thing about cancel culture now, right? All those fucking bunch of pussies, right? A bunch of pussy white men going, they're taking away our culture. And I'm like, you don't have any culture. There is no culture that is in this country that was not created by people of color. White people don't have culture. They just have a bunch of shit, right? I think the whole reason that all of this stuff happened is because the white people were cold. And because they were cold, they had to build a bunch of shit, and they had to make a bunch of clothes, and they had to like advance, and they had to do all of this stuff because they're sitting around in their house going, God damn, it's fucking cold in here. And so, you know, they go down and you know, they've got to have like wars, and they've got to fight with people and stuff. And then they go down to Africa, and Africa's, they're all hanging out going, hey man, it's really nice and warm here. You know, don't need to make a lot of clothes, don't need to build like wooden houses with insulation and wood burning stoves. And I think that's what happened. I think they wanted people to come and build their shit so they didn't have to work anymore. Which brings me to the fucking Republicans with their whole thing about, you know, oh, we gotta stop people from having abortions and, or, you know, stuff like. They don't realize their main thing is jobs, right? They want to keep the jobs, and I'm like, they want to get all the people out of the country. I'm like, okay, look, if you walk around town, the next person of color that you see that's working, ask yourself, do you want to do that job? Because if you don't, shut the fuck up, because we need people to do jobs that you are too fat and too fucking lazy and too stupid to do. And that's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. And the other thing is with the abortions, they want to get, they want to have more babies. Well, those babies are going to grow up and they're going to take your fucking jobs too. You know, I mean, people don't think about, they don't think ahead. They don't think about are there any Republicans in the audience? No? Anybody who used to be a Republican who's decided that maybe that wasn't such a good idea? You know? Anybody who was a Republican who is afraid to admit that they're a Republican in this room? I think so. I think that might be the case. Oh, you were talking about Bed Bath. What? Not Bed Bath. Bath and Body Works, right? So the Salesforce teams, yeah, that are around the country, and they take care of us when we walk into place. And then the strippers. I was a stripper, actually. I was actually a stripper for 2 days. 2 Tuesdays. They had, it was a place called PT's. It was PT's. I was 18 years old, and it was a bar, and I was in college, and I was like, I gotta fucking pay the bills. And somebody goes, man, I made $80 last night. And I was like, okay, I'll go. So I went, and the thing is, I didn't have like any of the accoutrements, you know, the things you have to wear, like the little G-strings and shit. So I had a dance belt. So I went in my fucking dance belt. And I got there, and of course, they're going around. It's a bar, so they're serving liquor. You got to be 21, and I was 18. And so the guy's, okay, we got to check your IDs. And people who work in strip clubs are not the highest on the, you know, intelligence level, because literally, I was just like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I'll just, okay, here. And I gave him my license, and I'm waiting for him to look at it and go, yeah, dude, you're only 18. Get out of here. And he just looks at it, and he gets this. Okay, and he gave it back to me. So the reason I had to stop, the first day was pretty cool. I actually did make some money. I didn't make $80 because look at me. But the second day I had to quit because I went out. I went out one time, and I'm doing because it was a one night only. It was a strip place, and then on Tuesdays they had ladies' night, and so it was the only night that the ladies would be able to come into the strip club. So there was a shitload of ladies, right? Because they were waiting for Tuesday to come and see some beefcake, and then they got me. They got me, which would be, what would it be? It would be sausage cake. Not beefcake, sausage cake. Not sausage, just sausage. So anyway, I'm dancing, and all of a sudden I look down, and there's this woman who looks just like my fucking grandmother, looking up at me like, And I was like, I can't fucking do this anymore. That's just too much for me. And so I quit. And I got a job in a sandwich shop. So I went and got a job in a sandwich shop, and that was the end of my stripper career. I think I could have made some money. What was that, Patty?
They're both meat related.
They are meat related. Yeah. Absolutely. Mystery meat. In my case, with the dance belt, Jesus fucking thing. This fucking thing was, it goes up the crack of my ass. So you can see my ass, but up here, it's like this huge fucking thing that's just covering this whole thing, and it's very obviously a dance belt. And they probably went, yeah, he hasn't been doing this for very long, has he? But what are you gonna do? Yeah. I drove for Uber, I got in a Uber one time. You were talking about, water, I'll get you a phone charger, all that shit. I got in this Uber one time, and I actually recorded it. It's fucking amazing. I get into this car, and there's like 4 screens in the back. One of them is playing a movie, like Raiders of the Lost Ark. The other one is Super Mario Brothers that you could actually sit there in the back seat and play. Then there was something else over here and something else. And then he had like this huge tank in the middle of the 2 seats in the front with a fucking squid in it. And it's like going like this and going up and down. And then, lights all the way around. And I was like, oh, dude, you really are trying to get a big tip. And maybe you're trying just a little too hard, because it was too much. It was like overload. It was way too fucking much. What else? Yeah. So I was going to talk more about those Republicans, because now we got Kamala. Huh? I'm not looking for applause. All right, fine. Looks like I got the light. You guys don't care about Kamala. Actually, I keep saying Kamala. I'm sorry. I think she should be Kamala. Kamala la la. Kamala la la. The do do do. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up your hostess with the fucking mostest, Sunda Kronquist. My name is Aaron McIntyre. You can get me on and everywhere with that name. Bye.
Oh my God. You know what? I'm so crazy. I just post. I don't put anybody's name. I don't know how to do it. If you guys could follow us, that would be so nice. And if you needed a little bit of energy and you didn't take your Adderall, I've got something for you. We need the Addy. Where's the Addy? A Patty.
That's me.
Here we come.
Come on. Nick, hand in hand. Give us a loud.
Come on, Andy.
Carrie's clapping. I am confounded. I'm confounded this evening. And look, I'm going to say something which may or may not make me popular in this room. I have friends that are Republicans. I have friends that are Democrats. I have lots of friends. And, like I live in Brentwood. I don't know if you're familiar with that area. I got in through a socialist loophole called rent control. But I walk amongst them. Are you familiar with Brentwood? It's where O.J. didn't kill his wife, where that didn't happen. I live 2 blocks from there. But I mingle, I mix, and I mingle, and I mingle, and I mix. And in Brentwood, you have kind of like champagne liberals who inherited their money, who have huge homes with one sign says defund the police and the other sign says West Tech Security. That's why they don't give a fuck about the police. They have their own fucking private security guards. And also, I am someone that asks questions. I'm an inquisitive individual. I have a friend, and the other side of Republican is the Republican older Brentwood. And I have friends on both sides. I listen to both sides. I don't believe either of them, but I listen to fucking both sides, because both sides lie. Nobody has a fucking corner on the market of lying. They both fucking tell you what they think you want to hear. They don't mean any of it. They're like the Irish. We're polite. We don't fucking mean it. We do not fucking mean it. It's a device that we use to make you think we're fucking charming. Now, I have a friend named Nace. Nace is 92 years old, right? He's from Brooklyn, New York, born with nothing, multimillionaire. golfs, and I will ask him, why are you a Republican? And he would tell me. He told me why he's a Republican, Kerry. He said, I'm a Republican because I am a businessman and I look for opportunity. My wife is a liberal Democrat because I pay all her bills.
Oh, God.
I'm kind of tell you, but there are ups and there are downs to both sides of this. Like me and Nick Hanrahan, we have something in common, okay? First of all, I'm Irish. I'm 100% Irish. Well, I'm 1% sea lion, but that's a fucking different story. I did the thing, but we were both, Nick Hanrahan, I suspect your father is Irish, your mother is Indian. We were both fucking fucked over by who? England, right? But you guys got them the fuck out. They're still in fucking Ireland. To this day, my father's from Belfast, you know. And could you imagine we were the first place they ever colonized. You remember the Irish were the second worst example of white people on earth? We didn't colonize anybody. We didn't do anything. We get lumped in with the bad white people that did all whatever they did, like Western medicine and stuff like that. Kitty Hawk, airplanes, penicillin. I don't know. All I'm saying is there's good and there's bad. But could you imagine, if the English were still in Detroit? I'd fucking love to see that if they were still fucking there. But see, you talk about boomer parents. My father was born in 1938 in Belfast, Ireland. There's a different level of what's expected of a father. My father's an Irish immigrant. He's an immigrant. And by the way, Belfast isn't your la-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee Irish from like that. The very happy. Oh, no. Belfast is a little, West Belfast is a little, West Belfast, we had a dog named Sniper. Fucking different. All right, and there's just it's very different. We have different personalities. Like my beloved grandmother, I remember there were 20 bombs in one day. There were so many fucking bombs. My mother looked forward to the gunfire. Go on now, Patrick. Don't be a little queer. Get out there and fucking play with the other boys. It's only fucking gunfire. Go on now. Don't be a little cunt. They use that word a lot there. Like my grandmother, I remember on my third sobriety birthday, my grandmother looked me in the eye and she said, "Don't be a fucking cunt, Pat. Have a drink with us." I love her. I miss her a lot. I do. I miss her. But also fatherhood. My father was born in 1938. I suspect we're of the same vintage, Carrie. My father's an immigrant, and if you have clap if you have an immigrant father. You don't have an immigrant father. If you have an immigrant father, your troubles are nothing. Whatever just happened to you is nothing, right? And the only thing that fucks up an immigrant father is when you tell them you love them. My father, I do it every time, and I'll say, Dad, I love you. You just look back at me and go, "Are you queer? Are you queer, Patty?" I said, "No, but do you love me?" "Well, I fed you." But you don't realize something. I grew up, when I was a real little boy, I was in Belfast. I was fucking hungry. I was hungry all the time. We had food insecurity. Yes. I'm an immigrant. We do come in this shade. We do come from this side of the fucking crayon box. And you come here, and everything in America is through a certain fucking lens, and you use different words and shit. Like, I was a fat kid. I had food insecurity. I would hide food. I remember I never saw a supermarket. I came here and I was like, "Oh, Daddy, look at all the food. It's here." And the name of the supermarket was called Jewel Osco, which is a chain in the Midwest. And I said, "Oh, and whose supermarket is this, Daddy?" He said, "Oh, it's a Polish woman." I wanted to marry a Polish woman from that point on. But things are fucking way different. So I came in. I was a member of a persecuted religious group. We were persecuted. I don't know. We were told where we could live. To this day in Belfast, they lock us in at a certain time at night. In this hue, in this color, yes. Yes. No, there was no white privilege there because, well, there was just fucking white people there. But we had that old standby to hell. We still killed each other for 100 years, over that old standby. Religion. We had that. But I leave fucking Belfast and I get here. When I left Belfast, I was a fat Catholic. Fatty Patty. Don't call me Fatty fucking Patty. Fatty Patty. I got here and I was a husky white boy. I was husky. I said, fucking husky is a fucking dog. What do you call me a husky like I'm a dog? Husky. And in case I forgot that I was husky, it said so right on my fucking pants. Husky boy! So I get here, and I'm just going to tell you this, and this is God's honest truth. I never, ever heard a person called a color till I came to the United States of America. Never, in Belfast, there were Catholics and there were Protestants. That was it. Okay? Never heard anybody called white till I got to this. Never heard anybody called a color till I got to this country. But I want to be direct with you. I left Ireland in 1971, and at the time, there was one black Irishman in the entire country. His name was Philip Lynott, and he played the bass and sang in Thin Lizzy. You remember Thin Lizzy, right? Thin Lizzy, you know what we called him? Catholic. I had to come here to the land of the free, the home of the brave, where all men are created equal, to discover this whiteness entitled me to a whole bunch of shit. A whole bunch of shit. White privilege exists. I can see it because where I was born, it didn't exist. But I got it now. Oh, I got it now. In this country, I shoplift at the fucking airport. That is white privilege. That is bold white privilege. And it is true, there are different levels. Everybody doesn't have the platinum white privilege. There are, Appalachians, they have what you call basic complexion protection. That's where you just assume their credit rating is a little better than it actually is. Even Helen Keller had white privilege in these United States. She just couldn't see it either. Anyway. As I was saying, you do stuff to us as the Irish. We call them shamrock shakeisms. That's where you take our sacred cultural symbols, and you fucking use them to sell shit, right? You use it you have a drink here called an Irish car bomb. That's not funny. My uncle died. An Irish car bomb, which was ironic because that was his favorite drink. But you order it willy-nilly. I got fucking yelled at for wearing a sombrero on Cinco de Mayo at Acapulco's for cultural appropriation, and someone orders a fucking Irish car bomb? Go to fucking Glendale and order an Armenian genocide and juice and see how gaily you are welcomed. Go to little fucking Tokyo, order yourself a Hiroshima margarita. See the warmth with which you are greeted with. Damn it. Listen, you guys have been adequate, and I want to thank you. Give yourself a round of applause. Nick Hanrahan's here. That's I want to thank each and every one of you, and I mean that sincerely. And may the least you ever get be the most you ever wish for. God bless you. I'm Patty. Give it up for the one and only soon. You can find me at PADD. I do a show every Wednesday, which I book too. But it's PADDYFORCOMEDY, Patty for Comedy. So give yourself a round of applause one more time, just so I know that the Xanax hasn't kicked in yet. And give it up for Sunda Kroonquist. Keep it going for Sunda Kroonquist.
So cold. Are you cold? I'm so cold. You can tell. Patty, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I love you. Jason, I love you. Thank you so much for helping us tonight. I have to get on out. Corsa, what do you think? If you're not coming up for a few minutes, say hello.
I'm gonna come up and say.
All right. Come on. Come on, Jared.
Let's give it up for the hostess to the mostess.
You made it.
Boy, the Irish could fuck me up. You made me feel old. How am I supposed to know these songs? I thought I knew everything. I'm from New York. What are you kidding? I know nothing. This is LA. Just moved here 8 months ago. The 5, the 10, the 15, the 105, the 115, the 118, the 610, the 710. Where the fuck am I? I'm in a comedy school trying to make fun of myself. It's terrible. But I got good news for you. Today's my birthday. I'm 65. Has anybody here seen my penis? Has anybody here seen my penis? It's been a long, long time. It's been hanging from a vine. Did anybody here see my penis? It used to stand tall with all its might. It never gave up a fight. Did anybody here see my penis? I tried the yellow pill, the white pill, the black pill, and it stood still. Did anybody here see my penis? Come on, Colorado. You've seen it all in Boulder. For a long, long time, I sang the rhyme. Did anybody here see my penis? So I wrote this song, and it's dead. It's gone. Goodbye, penis. Goodbye.
Let's go and find you on social media.
I'm an amateur. No social media until I get through this class, which I'm here to sign up for. I'm dribbling.
Oh, good. Not like me.
So I found the tricks to LA. What, do you think you could stop me now? Do you know that I used to have an afro as big as you? You came into that door and I went right back to dance, baby, dance. You know, we got a disco inferno. You know, Studio 54.
A little bit.
She probably knows that. You guys don't know that.
I'm 61.
Patty, do you know what a quaalude is?
Oh, yeah.
That's how we lived. Private school, New York City, quaaludes, Studio 54, no line, drugs, get laid, guaranteed, smash your car at 5 a.m. That was me.
You're liquid cord.
Does that mean?
That's okay.
All right, it's been real. That means get off the stage. I see the red light. It's been real. Thanks for the shot. I'm fab.
You're making me miss
Thanks.
those nights.
Sandra.
Hey, Carrie. We'll teach you. Never hand me the mic. I want to make believe I'm the first one that did it. You see, they put it back. Well, listen, this has been a great night. And again, if people tell you you're funny, you probably are, but you won't know until you take it from the page to the stage. Make sure you follow us on TikTok. TikTok, you don't rock and you don't stop. Thank you, Jason Ham, for being here. Samantha, as always. Everybody, good night. Peace. All right.